Okay, here's one that will probably make you jump in your seat. This happened a few days ago, when I was heading back from a trip to my parents' house. I was just enjoying some time alone, listening to some music. And then all of a sudden, right as I'm pulling into my driveway, I get a phone call. It was an unknown number, so I let it go to voicemail. But what was weird was that it was the same area code as my parents. But my curiosity got the better of me and I needed answers. Okay, but why would I trust you? And then this voice says, because you don't want to disappoint me. God, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say. What was that? Who was that person? Do they know my dad? She said, what? No, that doesn't make any sense. And then we started talking about what to do next. My mom was obviously scared too, but she was trying to stay calm and level-headed, which helped me feel a little bit better. We decided that we should probably check the basement just in case. We opened up the bag and there was a bunch of old baby clothes in there, nothing creepy or sinister. And then we started to think, well, maybe it was just some kind of really messed up prank call. And if you want to hear more scary stories, please subscribe. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye. But then we remembered that the guy knew things that he shouldn't have known, like the fact that I was at my parents' house earlier. Is my dad in trouble? Am I in danger? Is my family in danger? Maybe it was a prank call gone wrong. Maybe it was something more sinister. But one thing I do know is that I haven't slept well since. And every time I hear a phone ringing, I jump in my seat. My dad wasn't home yet, so it was just us two and the dog. We checked anywhere a black bag might be hiding, but we couldn't find anything. And honestly, we were both just kind of confused at this point. Did I imagine the whole thing? Was it just some kind of prank call? A million thoughts running through my head? So I decided to call my mom. Of course, he was also confused. He had no idea what I was talking about. And we started thinking maybe it's just some kind of crazy coincidence. But then we remembered that there was a black bag in the basement. It was my mom's old, birthing bag from when I was born. Then the voice goes on. Are you going to do it? Yes. Okay. So I asked, who is this? How do you know my name? How do you know about the black bag? Silence. Hey, the voice says. You don't want to ask me questions? Well, now you're really freaking me out. They live about an hour away. So I figured, well, maybe it was just someone they know who has a similar name as me. So I didn't think anything more of it. I don't know what to do. I don't know what's going on. And then this voice goes on. So I'll be waiting. Then the call disconnected. But then today, as I'm leaving for my parents' house, I'm listening to some podcasts. And then all of a sudden, right as I'm pulling into my driveway, I get a phone call. Now, the voice is low and raspy like it's coming from under a blanket. I can hear this voice clearly saying my name. My blood ran cold. There was no mistaking the way that this voice said my name. It was the exact same cadence, tone, and pitch that my dad uses when he says my name, but he lives an hour away. It was the same unknown number from the other day, and this time I picked up because I thought, well, maybe it's important. And of course, there was no one there. You know, when you pick up and there's silence on the other end, you just hang up. Then as I'm sitting there ready to hang up, I hear a voice. I'm frozen in fear, sitting in my car, not knowing what to do. Then this voice says, hey, are you there? I say yes, but only because I don't know what else to do. And then this raspy voice says, okay, I need you to do something for me. Okay, now I am legitimately scared. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say. I don't know if this is some kind of joke. I don't know if this voice goes on. Can you go into the basement and look at the black bag? My heart is pounding at this point. This is beyond unhinged. Then this voice says, there's something inside that I want you to take out and get rid of. What? Why? I have no idea. And the voice continues. You have to do this for me, please. No, I've never heard my dad beg in my entire life. So this is starting to really scare me. Now I have to admit this whole story could have ended right there. All I had to do was hang up. And then this voice goes on. Please just do what I ask. Then I'll tell you everything. The voice says, good. Then don't hang up. Now, this is when I start panicking. Of course, at this point, I am full-blown freaking out. When she answered, I started crying. I told her about the phone call, the voice, everything, and she was shocked. We arrived at my parents' house 20 minutes later and immediately went down to the basement. Then my dad arrived home and we told him everything that happened. And honestly, at this point, it was just kind of funny. It was honestly one of the scariest experiences of my life. I'm still not sure what happened. Maybe it was just some kind of crazy coincidence. Thanks for listening. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends.